Bob, this is a freaking brilliant idea going live for 24 hours and just being like interviewing back to back. That's a huge monumental effort, mate. You're obviously driving a huge amount of exposure to this event. So how can people who want to support the event get some exposure themselves? Is there sponsorship or advertising opportunities that you're wrapping around this event?
Yeah, that's a good question, Derek. There are sponsorship opportunities. We have two different ones. One is a title sponsor, what we are calling our sort of naming rights sponsor. And of course, the name of the event is the 24-hour live stream. It ought to be called Bob's Insane. Um, but the only one that's going to be there for 24 hours is me, right? So I am a little bit crazy, but that's okay. Crazy does it never gets ignored. And so if for whoever becomes our title sponsor, it'll be the 24-hour live stream presented by whoever, right?
Well,
Honestly, I think the perfect title sponsor would be a coffee company
yeah,
or an energy drink company.
yeah, I think you're right. You're going to definitely need to keep yourself caffeinated for that duration, mate. So yeah, well, let's put
I,
it out.
I will I will be running on caffeine and adrenaline, no doubt
Excellent.
about it. But the other sponsorship opportunities we have is we're selling 2-hour block sponsorships, and what I mean by that is people can go on our event page on the SpearPoint site, and they can look and see who all of our different speakers are, and we have somebody for every hour of those 24 hours, and so they can say, hey, listen. We'd like to be the sponsor for Derek's hour or Olga's hour or Danny's hour or David's hour, whatever it might be. And it's a first come, first serve. We already have some of those. We're calling those highlighted sponsors, where they're going to be talked about. Their logos are going to be displayed. If they have a product to offer and they can get that over to us before the live stream starts on September 10th, we'll I'll have their product on camera, and those are there. Oh, I forgot to mention our the prices we're charging for the sponsorship is I mean it's so ridiculously low. Our premier or naming rights sponsor, that's only $3,000.
Mm.
And the block sponsors are only $500 for each 2-hour block. And obviously, our naming rights sponsor is going to be on every block, right? And so, listen, pre-event, as we're recording this here, it's August the 26th. So the event is 2 weeks from tomorrow. It starts at 3 p.m. on September 10th, 2025. And so pre-event, we're doing a lot of hype, a lot of promotion pre-event. So all of our sponsors that are already on board as we're doing the promotion, they're going to be highlighted then. And we can do whatever they wanted to do. We can create a QR code and link over to their site or a particular offer that they have. As the sponsor, we can do that. And we'll work with whatever they want to do, however they want to handle that promotion. So pre-event, they're going to get a lot of traction. Day of the event, listen, a 24-hour live stream, that is so different from anything else people are doing these days. I can tell you, people's first reaction when I tell them I'm live streaming for 24 straight hours, they look at me like I've lost my mind. And
Yeah.
maybe I have a little bit, but as I said earlier, crazy never gets ignored. And so there's going to be a lot of people tuning in day of. But Derek, I think where the real magic happens is afterward. Because listen, we're live streaming for 24 hours and we're actually putting out content, doing interviews, telling stories, etc. for 50 minutes out of every hour. So we're doing that for 24 hours. That's over 1,200 minutes of content. And so the plan logistically afterward is to drip that content out that we've got in that content bank now in little micro content, 1 minute shorts and reels and Instagram videos and things like that, 5 minute sort of shorter form videos and 10 minutes. Well, that's an awful lot of exposure as we drip that out over the next weeks and months after this 24-hour live stream is over. And so that I think is where companies and our guests and our viewers are going to get the most value out of this is after the event is over.
Yeah,
And we
100%.
already
Because
know the magic that happened in that 24 hours. And there are going to be some magical moments. I have no doubt about it. And so every time those clips go out, if you're the naming rights sponsor, you're going to be on every one of them, right? And if you're a block sponsor, every time content goes out from those guests that you chose, you're going to be on that. And so, in terms of media buy and ad buy, the exposure people are going to get, it's not just like a one-time thing, and it's not, little blurb ads on Facebook or something like that. It's going to be legit valuable content from world-class guests that we have on, and they're gonna get exposure over and over and over and over and over
mm,
for weeks and months to come after the event's over.
well, even years. I mean, when you're repurposing that content and you're publishing it into the streaming platforms, that sits there forever, for as long as that video's up and that platform's up. So this
Right.
is this is not a one and done sponsorship. This is advertising for the life of this digital content that you're producing, repackaging, redistributing. So it's a powerful platform from a marketing perspective and a branding perspective long term, not just in
Yeah,
the moment. Yeah.
without question.
Yeah. Yep. Perfect. Excellent. Well, mate, I'm excited to be part of the event and certainly looking forward to participating. And yeah, once how else can people get engaged, get exposure to you? Where do they need to go to find out more about the sponsorship packages?
Well, listen, if you're watching this video on YouTube, we're going to have the link to the event page and the sponsorship opportunity page in the comments. If you're seeing this on my LinkedIn profile, it's going to be linked from somewhere on the LinkedIn profile. If they want to go directly there, I'll give the URL. These things are kind of complicated, but it's Spearpoint Online. That's SPEARPOINTONLINE. SpearPointOnline.com/24, the number 24 dash uh, hour, HOUR dash live stream dash 2025. And that's the URL where they can find the event information. And then we've got the sponsorship info easily linked from the top of the page there. So yeah, it's listen, good stuff. And it falls into the category of not something you see every day. And
Mm.
there's so much content out there. There's so much marketing and advertising being done that most of it, quite frankly, it's very easily ignored. And so, when you combine an ad with valuable content, that's where I think you really get the most traction and the most bang for your buck in terms of advertising.
Yeah, and it's like you're delivering 24 hours of thought leadership. It's not like a 24-hour infomercial, and I think that's the power and value in what
Right.
you're doing, right? So yeah.